Yeah, I am originally from Fulda, Minnesota. I was born and raised in Fulda and lived there most of my life, all but about 8 years. I went away to college and then lived like in Kansas City and Topeka, Kansas for a few years. But yeah, I've lived in Fulda most of my life. And then in 2010, I moved to Worthington. So I have lived in Worthington as a resident for the last 15 years. I went to college at Marshall, Minnesota, Southwest Minnesota State University, and I graduated with a degree in business administration and finance. And I am married to Mark for 40 years. He owns Great Plains Driving School in town, so if you're in a certain age range, you probably got your license through him. I have 3 children, 2 sons and a daughter. My daughter has passed away, but my 2 sons are in the area. One lives in town and one lives in Walnut Grove, so I have a lot of family close by. I have 5 grandchildren as well that I can't forget to talk about because they're pretty special. I was approached by someone and I thought, my immediate response was, I don't think so. But then the more I thought about it, I realized I was really excited about the opportunity to consider it and throw my name in the hat. And I just decided that I had some things that I thought I could offer, and this was the opportunity for a 1.5-year term to fulfill, that maybe I should give it a try. I felt nervous because I know there's a lot that I don't know, but also excited to be able to offer my skills that I do have to the community. I really love the rich diversity that our city has. I think it sets us apart. It makes us unique. And I also love the lake. And what I really love is seeing all the different populations of people walking around the lake and accessing the parks and being outdoors, spending time together, seeing the families. That's what I love about Worthington. I would say I'm most passionate about strategic direction and growth. I think that we always need to be looking to the future and for future generations and what we're going to leave behind. And I think that to grow strategically, I think industry needs to be where it makes sense to have industry. Housing development needs to make sense where housing development should go. Even other amenities, soccer fields, ice hockey arena, things like that. I think it's really important to be strategic in the growth. So I'm excited about those areas. I think that what I'm working on most excited about working on with the rest of the council is the strategic direction. I think that there's a lot of exciting things that evolve as the community decides there's an interest, and I'm excited to work together and try to make things happen. Probably the best way to reach out to me would be through the website, or the city's website. There's a council member's email on there, but also I have a city email, which is being set up right now, and it's Woitalewicz, AWOITALEWICZ at ci.worthington.mn.us, and that is the best way to get a hold of me. I think I would like to share that I think perspective is really important. I think in this world right now, it's kind of a difficult place, and I think it's because people have lost perspective. They've lost their own perspective, and they've lost the perspective of other people. Just a fun little story about perspective. About a year ago, I was walking my 60-pound golden doodle, and he got excited by the train. And so he jumped right in front of me, and I went head first over top of him. It was on a walking path that's concrete, and I ended up hitting my 2 front teeth really bad. I couldn't chew or use them for months, and they turned all sorts of different colors, and I was so worried because it was my front teeth. And I thought, this is my smile, this is so many things. I do not want to lose my front teeth. Well, I was at church one Sunday, and I was sitting by a retired dentist, and I said, are the front teeth like the worst to try to work with for somebody? Because it's the worst for me, it's the most visible. And he goes, not for the dentist. For the dentist, they're the easiest teeth to work on. So that's it's all perspective. For me, it was the worst teeth to mess with, but for the dentist, it's the easiest teeth to fix. And I think that life is kind of that way. it's all how we see it from who we are. And I think it's really important to look at who other people are. And the whole iceberg analogy, like 1/3 of the iceberg is above water that you can see, and 2/3 of the iceberg are below water. And you don't know what's underneath there until you start exploring. And I really want people to know that I'm excited to hear the different perspectives and try to apply them to the work that we do. That I dabble in sourdough. So there's no risk for anybody who sells sourdough for a living because I don't have it mastered, but I'm really interested in the chemistry of it and just what it does and how it works. But yeah, it's kind of fun to dabble in sourdough. Other than my backyard, gosh, there's so many great places. Lupita's Panda House. But I have to say my favorite is Forbidden Barrel, right a kitty corner across the street. So yeah, it's just a fun place. It's got a nice indoor-outdoor vibe, and families are welcome there, and they have a great menu. So I'm just excited to get to work for the city, and I hope that people will let me know what their concerns and issues are.